Hi folks, my name is Corey Walker and I am the creator of ChatterBooks. There's going to be all sorts of books and different stories and activities that come to this app over time. I'm actually very excited about this app. But I wanted to talk specifically about the Little Jude Sky's Really Strange Day books. If you've peeked at them already, you'll see that it's strange. That's the title, right? There's a lot of strange things happening throughout the book. And so I wanted to talk about the method behind the madness, because there's both. There's plenty of madness, but lots of method, I promise. So what I essentially set out to do with this book series is to capture the best I could the most effective tool that I have ever used in my 20 plus years as an educator, as a speech and language pathologist. Because there are things that work with children, right? As far as getting them to pay attention, or with their short-term memory or their long-term memory. Lots of things work, but some things work with some kids while they don't necessarily work with other kids or other populations, right? Nothing works really with all kids, except for humor. Humor, when you introduce humor as a component to education, it is the single most effective thing that could ever be used. Often as a speech and language pathologist, we see kids for like 30 minutes, right? And I often will spend 15 of those minutes just being silly and goofy. And in turn, that gives me a golden 5-10 minutes of amazing educational time, where they are much more likely to actually retain and want to learn whatever it is that we're focusing on for the day. So it's worth talking about somewhat why laughter and humor is so effective. I think we all intuitively know that it's good for us, right? It feels good, but there are a lot of things happening from a physiological standpoint, neurological standpoint, that really make it gold for education. In particular, laughing, it stimulates the heart and the lungs, all sorts of organs. And then that in turn releases endorphins into the brain and gets them excited and ready to learn. It also increases and decreases the heart rate, which in turn creates a feeling of relaxation. It stimulates circulation in general, so it helps with muscle relaxation. It can soothe tensions, which is also great if you're a speech therapist watching this. It's fantastic warm up for fine motor movements, for working with speech. So those are just a few things that illustrate why it is so good to incorporate humor, because it readies the body and the mind in ways that other things just can't do. It's so important to realize as an adult that children, they're every bit as smart as we are. They don't have as much accumulated knowledge as we have, right? But they're every bit as smart as we are. And so if they're savvy, if they know that, maybe they're having a hard day emotionally, or maybe they're feeling insecure about learning whatever it is that is being focused on, or there just be all sorts of reasons. They know how to put up walls, right? And certainly if you've worked with children really at all, you know that they can put up walls of varying heights, and sometimes it can be very difficult to get over those walls. And sometimes it can take weeks. But using humor is just like a magic shortcut, and it works so well. It creates a sense of calm and trust, like that I've seen, magic happen in 5 minutes that could sometimes take, days or weeks to really break down those walls. So it's just, I can't say it enough how magically effective it is. So that's why I wanted to kind of start with silliness in the books and funniness. But in particular, I've always used a particular kind of humor where you interject things that are unexpected, right? So that make, you're walking along, normal, regular things, and then boom, something unexpected happens. It also tunes the brain. So if you think about it from like an evolutionary standpoint, we have to be able to pay attention when something out of the ordinary is happening, right? So it really works perfectly when you combine the two. For example, if I've worked over the years, I've probably done this 1,000 times, but it works every time. It's like gold. It's real dad humor stuff. But I have a kid give me a high five, and then it hits me in the head, and it's like magic. Immediate breaking down some of those walls. You get some laughter and some wonder too. In fact, I want to show a video of this going with some of the kids. Take a look at this. No penguins in the desert. Huh? It's not a... Yes. Oh. Oh, thank you. Yes. So you can't help but like giggle along with them, right? But it's so amazing to see, and you can see how much in the palm of my hand that I had them, and that continues, right? And then they're excited to come and learn again, and it really truly is gold. So when you combine the humor and the unexpected, which is what I try to do in the little Jute Skybooks, and you'll see it page after page. I encourage you too to elaborate sometimes and be even further goofy with it. In fact, there's a page where little Jute Sky is taking a drink, and he drinks with his ear, right? So I'll often be like, well, don't you drink with your ear? Yeah. So it starts to spark that wonder, right? In fact, I'll even sometimes grab a bottle of water, pretend to open it. Silly stuff, I know. But when you see the look of wonder and amazement, or just joy on a child's face when they see that, it's gold. And what more do we need, truly, than that sense of wonder and astonishment when we're going to learn, right? And it's why it works so well. So that's what I try to do with the Little Jute Sky series. I encourage you to then kind of take that concept and plug it into any book, as you're reading along. Insert silly words here and there, and you'll watch them as they go, no, that can't be right, and they have to correct you, and it creates a moment where they're more likely to remember, they're using more language. It just really works. So I hope you enjoy the books as much. I hope you have as much fun with them as I did making them. Thank you for stopping by. Please, anytime you guys have any questions or comments, drop me a note. Thanks so much.